Welcome to Pop Culture Corner. Tonight, we are going to be talking about plenty of things. I'm joined today by the unbiased movie nerd and Charlie Rage, or Charlie's Cinematic Universe. We're going to have a lot of fun discussing the week in review, the box office report. Thor is, despite people shitting all over Thor, it's doing pretty well at the box office, and Top Gun Maverick continues to dominate as the 86th sequel just sank the Titanic for the biggest I think it's Paramount release, the biggest Paramount release of all time in the 110 years of the studio. We'll also be talking about Ms. Marvel, Zack Snyder drama, and because that's all over the internet all the time, as well as The Boys and its universe expanding. And then finally, Elliot Page, the new Flash? It can't be. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Pop Culture Corner. Make sure to hit that subscribe button for more content and more fun. Guess what? We're about, oh God, what's today's date? I don't know if today's date. What is it? We are only like 8 to 9 days out from Springfield Comic-Con, as well as San Diego Comic-Con, as well as Boston Expo, and so many other conventions coming up in the next 35 days. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Saggy Melons and I will be at Springfield Comic-Con on July 23rd. We'll be in booth R5 doing a live podcast throughout the entire 4-hour event. I'm bringing the drone. I'm bringing everything. So you guys, even though you can't go, you'll be able to experience the convention like you've never seen before. Because I'm going to be going all out, recording every single thing I can, and then obviously editing it together in a nice, cool way. So don't worry, you'll be able to see it. It'll be really fun. Tonight I am joined by the unbiased movie nerd and Charlie Cinematic Universe. Guys, what's going on?
How's it going?
Oh, God, it's going.
Hanging on like a hair in a biscuit, son.
Yeah.
Dealing with everyday situations.
God, I haven't seen Caden's name in a while. But what's up, Caden? Hey, Bill. Guys, unfortunately, I did not get to watch Ms. Marvel. It's still on pause on the TV right there. So, did you guys watch Ms. Marvel through the whole thing?
No.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I was waiting for someone else to confirm that because I haven't either.
Oh, okay, all right.
So
no, that's a good thing because I didn't finish it, so I didn't. You know what I mean? I heard the last scene is amazing. Like
I'm caught up without watching it, if that makes sense.
Spoilers. Why do you let people do that? Why do you go?
It's not
look
about
into that stuff?
I don't think it's about letting people doing it. It's just if I'm not necessarily, like, say, interested in a show or something like that, I'll go by people who give reviews. So then that way, at least I'm kind of up to date on the show in itself. And whatever people have to talk about, at least I know what they're talking about.
Right.
Okay. I see where you're going with that. But Miss Marvel, honestly, has been a decent show. Definitely, I think the first 2 or 3 episodes were great. And then they had a couple duds, or at least not great episodes. And the final episode apparently is really good. So overall, the series has done a good job. It's definitely not as serious. It's not as it's geared towards younger women. So you get what you get, right?
It's very lighthearted in its tone.
Very. You know what it feels like to me is Stargirl. It feels just like Stargirl to me.
Yeah, it does feel kind of, it feels like it could exist in that same vein as, some of the CW shows, which
I don't know
Well,
if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
yeah, I was just getting ready to say that. I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing. I mean, obviously, this show has a much bigger budget than any of the CW shows combined,
Right.
but I got through the first episode and like half of the second episode, and I haven't watched any like catch up videos because I've kind of been wanting to binge the whole thing once the whole thing's out, but I think I might do that this weekend.
Good.
Just
It's only 6 episodes, right?
Yeah, it's only
Yeah.
6 episodes.
Only 6 episodes, so it's not bad. And then She-Hulk will be coming out soon. And She-Hulk is definitely a series that I just don't care about. Like I'm sorry, I just don't care about it.
Well, I was about to say, if you guys are interested in wondering why the CGI looks bad, like say with certain parts of Thor: Love and Thunder, and then any other Marvel project as of now, especially She-Hulk, is because apparently the people who do the CGI work, and I actually found this out through another YouTuber because they made a video on it, was that the department who does it, Disney is always changing things, and apparently Disney doesn't seem to realize that one little tiny change or whatever has to be deconstructed and reconstructed all over again. And they have these deadlines, and then that kind of makes it to where the CGI looks sloppy.
Yeah, I've heard they've been giving a lot of their
there's been a lot of people sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, God.
No, you're fine. I was just going to say I've heard that they've been giving a lot of their their artists just really unfair and just really bizarre deadlines to get the work done. Like, what is up with that, man?
Marvel's been like that for a while. Marvel is so, because they are who they are, right? I mean, they're arguably one of the best. Like, if you can say I worked on a Marvel project, your resume is looking pretty good, right? So they know what they bring, and honestly, they hold their artists to a high expectation. Now, do I agree with the pay thing? No, I think that you definitely need to pay a little bit more. Especially with the amount of money that these films do bring in, you definitely need to sprinkle that down, throughout the pyramid, right? It needs to get to everybody. Everybody needs to know that they are a part of this, right? That's how you break. Because when Marvel started, what they did well was exactly that. They were very, very good about working with these companies and showing them that they appreciated and wanted to continue this relationship, right? Because they themselves were starting something that was so crazy to think about, right? This huge interconnected universe. They were going to need a lot of help, right? I mean, they always were going to need a bunch of help. So they did that really well, but somewhere along the line, they maybe have gotten a little bit more greedy. And we're starting to see that reflected in some of the shots, especially like films like Thor: Love and Thunder. There were multiple shots that I caught, especially the second time, where I was like, God damn it. God damn it. Because, it really takes you out. It takes you out.
I must be failing with my critical vision because honestly, I didn't notice that many flaws when I watched Thor: Love and Thunder.
You know when Thor and Jane are standing in front of the building?
The burning building?
Like, right when they first meet. Yeah. Right? That is 100% green screened. And you can tell where, like, on Jane's hair, or Natalie Portman's hair, you can see like this glitch. So that happens when light spills over. So a lot of people don't take this into well, I mean, professional studios obviously know about spill, right? That was the whole thing about that was why the volume was really used for the Mandalorian, was because they had this giant mirror, right? The Mando's costume is a giant mirror. So they couldn't use a green screen because the green would flush onto the outfit.
Yeah.
So then it takes so much time and effort to get rid of that. But on Natalie Portman's hair, you can see some spill. So like the house is on her hair.
Right.
And I'm like, that's so blatant.
Like,
it was so blatant.
I probably didn't notice it because I was too busy admiring this luscious poster that they gave me at the movie.
Yeah. Listen, I'm not going to lie though, Thor: Love and Thunder had one of the best credit openings. Like, not the actual opening, because the actual opening kind of sucked. like with the gore thing. It was
No.
it was very, very, very lackluster.
You
in my
didn't like the
opinion.
gore opening?
No.
I
Are you
kind of
kidding
did.
me?
I kind of
The
did.
thing with the god was so stupid.
Okay,
I'll agree with you on that.
That's,
hold on.
That's not at all how
okay,
that went down.
Let me backtrack a bit. Everything leading up to the part with the god was
Oh yeah,
good.
yeah. It was emotional. It was
But-
emotional.
But once they get to the god, it kind of just destroys.
I was like, what am I
watching? It just kind of destroys any emotion you were feeling
the
like
god
5 minutes
was
ago.
such an arrogant prick, and then like
Yeah.
And there were so many things Taika did in this movie that made it so. And one of the problems I have with Taika is he makes Thor very dumb.
Yeah, he's a dumbass. He makes him a
Yeah,
fucking
He makes
dumbass.
Taika, and that's not anyone else. That's Taika. Taika's Thor is dumber than any of the other Thors in the Marvel universe, right?
They made him a dumbass in Thor Ragnarok.
That's Taika,
That's
idiot.
Taika Waititi.
Oh, he did that one too.
Yeah,
Okay.
he
Yeah.
did.
I didn't mean to call you an idiot, by the way. That was totally out of line.
No,
That was so out of line. It was
no,
His-
none taken, none taken.
His
No,
unbridled
that's
rage for
Taika.
Taika Waititi.
That's what I'm saying though. Is that's Taika's Thor,
Yeah.
because in every other film, Thor's not the smartest guy, but he's got a wisdom to him, right?
Mm.
Like for instance, when he leaves an Age of Ultron, when he leaves the hut, the safe house, and he
Right.
goes looking for answers. That's a motivated, very, very in touch God, right? Someone who knows what they need to do, when they need to do it, and they'll take the risks, right?
Yeah.
But then you get to Ragnarok, and then you get to Ragnarok. You started to see it. Like he wasn't there. There was the very comedic, stupid moments between Hulk and Thor, but in this movie, Thor was like an idiot the whole time until maybe the end.
Oh
Like,
no, there's a reason I say that Jane Foster's Thor and Gore are probably the best parts of the movie, and it's because watching Thor in this movie, he's
just so goofy.
he's a bumbling jackass that just I don't get it, man. Like I understand
Like
it.
Star-Lord makes
Thor,
him look like an idiot, and
Oh, I know.
Star-Lord's obvious. What people forget
He
is
did. I know
Star-Lord's the original idiot.
he doomed half the
Yeah.
universe to fucking die.
Yeah, Star-Lord's the original idiot. Like in the Guardians films, he was always like the like kind of he obviously he's a leader and all that kind of stuff. But when we first met him, it was the classic idiot. And
Yeah.
like now Thor looks like an idiot when talking to Star-Lord. Like it just doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, they're still trying to because Thor's character is very much that typical fish out of water type character. But we're 4 movies in now,
Hold on.
and
Let me tell you something. Let me interject this for 1 sec because it's gonna make sense.
okay, go ahead.
Avengers 2012.
Right.
The Avengers or the newly formed Avengers
Mhm.
are fractured, right? After getting pretty much their asses beat, right? And they're arguing inside of Avengers Tower. That's when Bruce grabs the fucking scepter, whatever. What does Thor say to them?
You're all so petty and tiny.
Exactly, right? He
Right.
laughs at them. He's like, wow, you guys are petty. And now we have him doing splits, stopping ships with his eyes poking out. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
They turned it into a Looney Tunes cartoon.
There was
Oh,
moments,
totally.
I'm pretty sure at moments there was a Looney Tune in that fucking movie. Like in the House of the Gods, there was a bunch of creatures that did not look like gods. They looked like cartoons.
They look like Pokemon.
Yeah.
I get the feeling that Marvel is afraid to make anything serious, because when you look at like DC films, all the way back from like say Michael Keaton's 1989 Batman to even Zack Snyder's Justice League, most of those films are dark, a little bit more serious, and engage you to want to know more. With Marvel, it's more of like a slapstick comedy. They're afraid to get serious and make anything look dark. Like the closest thing I think we really got was the first Iron Man and maybe Multiverse of Madness because of Sam Raimi.
Moon Knight was Moon Knight was supposed to be darker. I feel like, but I mean, it definitely
Yeah.
Moon Knight tested a couple of different waters,
Some of it.
and even Thor at moments. This new Thor movie. At moments, I mean, it got pretty dark. Like,
Oh yeah,
like
the stuff with Gore, man,
the
like
stuff with
completely
Gore got pretty
stole the
dark.
show.
Yeah. And I thought Gore was so underutilized.
He
So
really was.
underutilized. And then they made him look like a bitch at the end. Like Gore, because you can't bring a character like that back now.
Well,
Like,
Christian Bale confirmed that and was a little upset that they took a lot of his scenes out because we know he's called Gore the God Butcher.
Yeah.
Where was a lot of that butchering at, kind of thing? And my thoughts is that even though they took it out of the theatrical release, and maybe they might use that for the Guardians Volume 3 with James Gunn.
No, they won't bring
No,
Gore into that.
I don't think so.
James
Well,
is
'cause they
very,
left.
very no, because James is maybe under a different circumstance, but James is wrapping up the Guardians of the Galaxy line, right? That he did. So he has his own loose ends that he has to tie up. Bradley Cooper, Dave Bautista, and I believe one other are already confirmed not coming back after the Guardians 3. Chris Pratt's most likely done. There's just too much that he has to do to end that story without bringing in this. And I do think Thor will play a part in it, but I think it'll be more of a setup to something future.
Yeah. And we'll for all we know, Guardians 3 could be the lead up to Thor Love and Thunder instead.
No. Wait, what?
Like when Guardians 3 comes out, like the storyline
you think it
could possibly be the lead up to Thor Love and Thunder instead of like say the in between, while they were gone in Thor Love and Thunder when they left at the beginning saying we got to go check these things out.
Yeah. And the sad part about it is the gore parts. What they did to make you know that he was butchering gods was, remember when they go in that room in the screens?
Yeah.
And you see all the butchered gods? Like that was their way of saying, oh, he's been butchering gods. And I felt like that took me out a little bit because I wanted to see him do something.
Yeah.
It did feel like he was supposed to be a bigger player than what he actually was.
Right.
Because,
I agree.
Well, because, they do a good amount of time in the movie setting up his character and giving you, this little bit of emotional weight to his character. Yeah, they give you this big emotional, weightful backstory to his character. And he's got like what, maybe 25, 30 minutes of screen time combined.
Yeah.
Maybe less. I don't know. It just feels like they had bigger plans for him and they were just ultimately cut, which according to Christian Bale, they were.
They were. Yeah.
Yeah, so.
And that's sad. That's always sad when you don't get to see the things that they cut. Like Jane getting the powers from Mjolnir. Like that scene was actually filmed, but they didn't have it in the movie.
Yeah.
Right.
And that came out afterwards where you see her on the ropes.
Yep.
Right? Like swinging
the behind
around.
the scenes.
Yeah. Very aggravating. But you know what it is that's not the director. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of Taika. I'm going to say this right here and now. I am not a big fan of Taika Waititi. I think someone said it earlier. Someone said it earlier for me. Taika is a snob. Yeah, I agree. Taika is very snobby. He's he's a beta trying to be an alpha. Because he makes movies, right? And he's at the top of the game, and it's very, very frustrating to watch him do interviews and all this stuff because it's like
everything's a fucking joke to him.
Yeah, everything's a joke. Everything's it's all, there's no sustenance to what he says. There's no actual, like when you ask a question to a director, like how do you approach doing like a real like technical fundamental question, like how do you approach this or this? And then he turns it into a fart joke. And it's like,
right.
All right, man. Like, really?
Tyler, I got to ask you, just because, I mean, we've all seen the movie. Can you give me the goats? Please.
Oh, God.
Please.
Those goats, man.
I know. And I know it's probably the most juvenile thing in the fucking movie, but I can't help it. The moment they went to the Shadow Realm, and
Yeah.
they slammed into that fucking planet, and it's dead ass silent, and you just hear, "Wah!"
Yeah.
I couldn't help it, man. Like there were moments in that movie.
Do you know where
I
that
was-
sound came from,
Yeah.
though? Where they recorded it?
Isn't it that meme that came out a few years ago?
I don't know if it's a meme or what. What I had heard is that it's actually Taylor Swift's voice, but it's from one of her songs that Taika took.
Oh, and then he like redid, and then he like, yeah, you fucked with the audio.
That's what the story is. I don't know how true that is, but yeah.
Oh my god.
The goats are pretty funny though.
Yeah,
they made me laugh.
They made me laugh pretty
a couple
hard
times, man. Just because like, and then the one line that Korg says, because Korg is obviously played and he's mocapped and
voiced by Taika
voiced
Waititi.
by Taika, right? Because there you go, Taika being a beta alpha again, right? He can't direct the movie; he's got to be in it too. But maybe that's why it came out so bad. He's more focused on being Korg than actually directing the film. But
probably
when Korg gets hit, right?
Oh,
yeah. And he goes, "I'm perishing." I was dying laughing, dude. I was dying. That was funny. That was because the whole perishing joke beforehand. I'm perishing. I was dying. Oh my god, it made me laugh so hard. So hard. Actually, I really liked I liked Gore's daughter too at the
That's Chris Hemsworth's real daughter.
Yeah. I liked her. I liked her. I don't want to give it away because obviously like people, whatever, still haven't seen it. But I won't tell you where in the movie it is, but the daughter part, like afterwards, after the fact, that relationship, I'm so interested in seeing more of, but I think Taika needs to step out.
You think so?
I believe so. He needs to be done and give a new director a new thing.
It was cute when they brought her on, but it still kind of felt like it was being played for a joke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
possibly.
But her character could eventually, like, I mean, Young Avengers, like they're like, it's being set up now. Like you're starting to see the lines being drawn, right? It's where we are in the Marvel universe right now is like this really, and now I know people are saying, is the MCU dead? Is this? No. We're in a transitional phase where we're kind of in like a limbo. They're trying to get they're still getting their feet formulated for where we're going next. Much like people forget, like Phase 1, it
was very much the same way.
Yeah, it wasn't all successful, right? Captain America 1 didn't do as great as they wanted to. I
don't think Thor did either.
Thor didn't do as great. Yeah, Thor didn't do as great either. So Phase 1 until the Avengers movie, that solidified. Iron Man and the Avengers, that solidified the brand. And that's, you know what I mean? They know that. The Avengers are the brand.
Yeah.
Right? It might be the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but the Avengers are the brand. Until we get things like the Fantastic Four, till we get things like the Young Avengers teams, maybe West Coast Avengers. I don't know where we're going to be going. But until we get all those things, this universe is right now really in a limbo spot. So they're getting their footing, and you can start to see where they're going. And they're ushering in a younger phase of heroes. And, I'm sure we're going to get this big crossover Secret Wars style thing. And that will probably end that'll be the official end for any hero we've known since the beginning. Then from there forward, everything's new, right? I'm looking forward to it. I really am.
Man, they can't do Secret Wars without God Emperor Doom. like if they're introducing Fantastic Four and Dr. Doom's being brought in, that there's only one place they could go.
Yeah.
Damn.
Real World Media, or AKA Nick. I'll be honest, I did not know Tooth Gnasher and Tooth Grinder were from the comics. Those are names of the goats. Yeah.
I didn't even know those were their names.
Yeah. Yeah. And they fly in the boat just like in the movie.
Yep.
Yep. It's like that was spot on. The way they did that was really good because it's like an Asgard like attraction, and then
Yeah.
you know what I mean. The way they did it was creative.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that. I did, and that's 100% something from the books because after the Bifrost is destroyed, much like in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, once the Bifrost is destroyed, they need to use Stormbreaker, and Stormbreaker is very volatile, right?
Right.
They've done Stormbreaker very well because Stormbreaker is, and maybe they took it a little bit overboard in Thor 4 with the whole like it was like a
Jealousy.
relationship thing. No, it was more than jealousy, Charlie. It was like borderline creepy, like the relationship between the hammer and that whole thing.
Borderline.
Like the joke,
Thor's going to start cheating on Stormbreaker pretty soon.
the joke landed the first 3 times, but then once he started pouring beer onto it and stuff, I was like, what's going on here?
That's just Thor being a dumbass again.
Yeah. I was like, what's going on here? Because is he gonna have sex with this hammer? Like,
I
that's
swear
the
to God.
implication. That was the implication. That it was a sexual thing. Like it was a girl and they were relating the hammers to women. Like women of Thor's.
Oh,
like,
Thor pulling a Marlon Wayans.
Yeah. Fucking Jesus Christ. God.
I'm surprised you got that reference.
McDonald's has Thor, Love and Thunder toys. Yes, they have the goats. Oh God. Well, that's good to know. That's good to know. Guys, how are you feeling about The Boys?
Is it one of the best TV shows of the past maybe 15 years? Yes.
Yes.
Oh my God, dude, the finale was fucking insane. Like, I can't wait for season 4. I need season 4 as soon as it's available.
So how do you think, because they're going to, the cat's out of the bag. They left Soldier Boy alive for a reason, right?
Right.
They knew. They tapped into something great with Jensen, right?
Yeah.
It was evident that they knew.
Plus, you don't just cast an actor like Jensen Ackles and then just kill him off at the end of the fucking season.
Well,
you know what I mean?
No, that's not true. Because the boys, they don't give a fuck. And Kripke's relationship with Jensen, if Kripke said, hey, I want to bring you in for 1 year and I want you to die at the end, that's it, Jensen would have been along for the ride.
Think so?
Yeah, I know so. Because of the, the supernatural family, right? Kripke.
Oh yeah.
Kripke.
Yeah.
Jim Beaver, who plays Robert Singer in both Supernatural and The Boys.
Yeah.
Who, by the way, is from Sioux Falls, South Dakota. And where did he have his rally? At the end of The Boys? Sioux Falls,
South Dakota.
Fucking Dakota. Yeah. Right? So and then not to mention that this is the best part. The first time Soldier Boy gets into the city, he sees the bus stop thing, and it says Robert Singer for president or whatever, Robert Singer for Congress or whatever. And it's a picture of Bobby. Bobby's from Supernatural. They called him Bobby, not Robert Singer. Bobby Singer. And he sees it and he just gives you this puzzling look and then just walks by it. It was like a little nod to Supernatural.
Yeah,
they did a bunch of them.
It's a little inside joke for people who are like hardcore fans of both of them.
Yeah. So it's amazing. And they left it open, but basically what I think is going to happen is Soldier Boy, Jensen Ackles, is going to come back next season as Black Noir.
You think so?
Yes, because they had an opportunity with Black Noir to do the whole Homelander clone thing.
I was getting ready to ask you that if you thought maybe they were going to go that direction because they killed off the original Black Noir. So if they really wanted to go that route, I feel like they probably could now.
Yeah, they can. Yeah. Eric Kripke's already said it that he's already talking about bringing Black Noir back. So,
but is it the Black Noir from?
Right, exactly. So, and that's gonna. But think about the implications to Homelander. Homelander isn't gonna know that it's not. Well, actually, he might.
Or he might not until
no, because Homelander. Remember, Homelander says like, "I can see you."
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So
I
he'd
forgot
be able
about
to
that.
see Soldier Boy underneath. But I was going to say, would it like Homelander would get all fucked up over that because he killed him and now he's back and like it doesn't make sense to Homelander. You know, it throws him for a mental loop. But
Right.
no, Homelander can see who it is anyway. So, but I think just the fact that he'd be back would be enough
Yeah.
for Homelander to be freaked out.
Dude, speaking of Homelander, how has Anthony Starr not won some kind of fucking award for his
He
portrayal,
is
man?
he's gotta be one of the best bad guys ever.
Ever. Like maybe
Ever.
top 10,
Top
20?
top 5. No, you're right. Top 15.
Okay, yeah.
Top 15 bad guys ever.
He's scary. Like
He is
legit scary.
because you don't know what the fuck he's about to do.
I know he's so unpredictable in his villainy, man. Like
And like
a-
that's
and
a testament to the writing too.
I know.
But
Like when he's on screen, you can't help but be glued to this guy because, like you said, you don't know what he's gonna do. He's so unfucking predictable that when you watch him, you just can't help but get absorbed into
right.
him in his
You
character.
you want him to do the bad thing.
Oh
You
yeah,
want it.
totally.
Like, dude,
dude,
remember in season, I think it was season 2 when he drops down for the Victoria Newman rally.
Uh-huh.
And then people are like, they're like, you don't speak for us. And they're like throwing shit. And he goes into like this, you know, obviously it's a, like a
Yeah, it's
daydream.
inside his imagination.
And he just fucking lasers the
Oh, I
whole
know.
crowd, bro.
I thought it
they're
was real. I was like, oh.
And like, I'm not talking a Marvel movie laser. Like,
No.
I'm talking blood and guts coming, just squirting everywhere, right? Into the what they do really well with the camera. The camera work for the boys is great because guts will hit the camera, and you're like, "Fuck, dude!"
Right. Well,
And,
dude, you even go back to season 1. You know the episode where he and Queen Maeve are on the plane with all the passengers, and he fucks up the plane, and he basically tells Maeve, "Yeah, we're gonna leave these people here to fucking die."
Yeah,
And
dude.
he goes, "Step the fuck back! I'll laser every one of you! God damn it!"
Yeah.
I'm like, holy shit! Like the intensity he puts into his performance, man, is insane. Like the amount of dedication he has is
That's
incredible.
why, like Anthony, after he leaves this show, he's gonna get so much. Like I guarantee he'll be in films.
Oh, totally.
He'll be.
Gotta be.
Well, because he was on. He was on like a cop show.
Was he?
And yeah, he was on a cop show, and his character's kind of similar. Like in the show, he's this cop who kind of just doesn't care. Like he'll
Mhm.
throw people around. And so I kind of feel like that's where they wanted him from. Like that's what caught their eye about him. Just being able to be like that, play the he's a very good looking guy, right? But he just snaps. Like he just doesn't have a fucking off switch.
Yeah.
Or a moral compass, if you will. So Homelander's one of the best villains I've ever seen in a show, and I've been a fan of I was a fan of the boys before it was, because the first season was very, very, very contested, in the sense that people watched it and they thought it was like, oh, it's a superhero show, that whole mother thing.
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah,
and
so-
then they get mad and pissed off afterwards when it's not what they
So
thought
there
it
was
was.
there was a bunch of shit and shit going on about it, and I was like, no, this show's amazing. Like, your kids just should not be watching it.
Like,
That's why they.
You're a
yeah.
shitty parent for trying to make your kids watch
Kind of
this
shit I
anyway.
would watch as a kid.
Yeah, but anyway, this show has got to go. Like, this show has gotta go further, and it's gotta. I hope it expands. Rumor. So I think it's confirmed they're going to be doing a college aged series.
It's confirmed.
Yeah,
It's
so
confirmed.
there's a series. It's going to be college-age kids in college who develop superpowers. Obviously, we know all about college days. The hormones, all that stuff. But add, developing powers and all that to it. So with the grit of the universe, it's just going to be awesome.
Oh, it's a recipe
gonna
for
be awesome.
disaster.
So-
Holy shit!
It's going to be wild. And I honestly I can't wait. What is this? thoughts on the X-Men rumors?
Oh,
I think I know what he's talking about.
well, there's quite a bit going around.
I don't know what the rumors are. So, Marcus, maybe you want to
Elaborate.
elaborate?
Go ahead, Marcus.
All right, guys. You guys,
I'm thinking about the thing at the end of Ms. Marvel, but I don't.
Oh, no, don't tell me. Don't tell me.
That's why I said I don't want to get into it.
If it has anything to do with Miss Marvel, we are not talking about it yet because I'm
Okay.
about to go finish it right after we're done here.
Okay, I'll keep my mouth shut.
I didn't have time, honestly. But guys, what happened with this whole Snyder thing? The Snyder convention happened, and some people hung out with them.
Some people are convinced that they're going to restore the Snyderverse at San Diego Comic-Con.
All right, let's talk about that.
Have you
Honestly,
heard about
Let's
that?
talk about that.
Surprisingly, I don't hear anybody talking about it. If anything,
Well,
a lot of
you're not as embedded as we are.
Well, no, and I get that, but I mean, I do have like a friend named Hector who's a big Snyder like geek. No joke. He's got collectible statues of like Steppenwolf, freaking Ben Affleck's Batman. He's got a lot of stuff that's just for the Snyderverse. He's that in love with it, but he never talks about anything that's like, I guess, related to a Comic-Con or anything. But he's all about restore the Snyderverse.
Cool.
Oh, no. I mean, these are the same guys that literally had fucking billboards made on I-40 that say restore the Snyderverse.
So okay, guys. The Snyderverse, I just want to say this.
You can say it's horrible. It's okay, Tyler.
No, I love Zack Snyder.
I'm joking.
Dude, I am in love with Zack's DC. Like, that's what people forget. They want to come at me about, oh, you're not a fan. It's like, bro, I've been a fan longer and way more passionate.
I was going to say, I know, like, I've known you for a good while to know that you are a big freaking fan.
Yeah, I just don't cry about it. Like, I take things at surface level for what they are. Because as of right now, there is nothing that could even remotely signal that this is happening, right? And I do not like to get my expectations up to a point where they're only going to be hurt, and then I will feel emotional, right?
Yeah.
I don't allow myself to get that way about a movie or a franchise. And I get it. Artistic and creative freedom, and being able to finish what you started as a director. However, guess what? That's not how it fucking went. Nobody wanted this. Zack sure as hell didn't want this.
Right.
Because how it started was a tragedy.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
No one wanted this for any of it.
Yeah, he lost his daughter, man. Like,
I know.
Very tragically.
Yeah, we can't say shit about anything. We're fans, and it's fucking, you know what it is? It's honestly, it's ignorant and it's fucking selfish that most of the fans of the DC or Zack Snyder's DC do not give a fuck about AFSP. I'm sorry. AFSP. Thank you. All right, because I can't get it wrong there. They don't care about that anymore, right? Maybe that's how it started, but they lost that along the way. It's not about charity anymore. It's about your own selfish fucking greed, about you wanting to be able to see the movies. It's not about anyone else except you being able to get to see what you want to see as a fan, right? Because you don't agree with the James Gunn stuff. You don't like this with this, and you don't like that. You don't like the Batman, and you don't like Stargirl, and you don't like this. The only thing you want is more of what, which was great, right? Steppenwolf, Darkseid, it was all great, right?
Oh, yeah.
I'm talking to, I guess who I'm filming with on Sunday? Ray Porter, right? He's helping me out for Comic-Con. So, like, I love that guy. Of course, I want him to be able to voice Darkseid again.
Yeah,
But-
there's a lot of stuff about the Snyder Cut that I genuinely like.
Yeah, but the way the fans treat it is it's more like it's for them than it's for anyone else. They point the finger and say, no, it's for Zack. But it's only to hide behind that saying because they really want it. They don't care about Zack's day-to-day life. They play this whole front on the internet about it. Oh, look, he had a bagel with cream cheese this morning for breakfast. Confirmed Snyderverse.
They're a
it's like-
cult. They're a cult.
Yeah.
Just call it what it is. They're a
I don't
fucking
like to
cult.
say that. I don't like to say that, but I mean,
Well,
I'm glad you said it.
Well,
I just don't want to say it.
the only other fan base I can think of that's been about as vocal as the Snyder fan base has probably been a lot of the Star Wars fan base, man. You know,
Yeah.
because I feel like it just goes back because we could sit here and dive into a conversation about fandoms in general and just how much toxicity goes around in some of these fandoms. But I mean, you hit it pretty much on the head, dude. It's just ignorance and stupidity and selfishness. And I think a lot of these people just forget that at the end of the day, they're just fucking movies,
They're
man.
fake fairy
They're
tale
fake.
creatures.
Yeah, they're movies made by people with passions and visions that just want to share those passions and visions with other people.
Yeah.
I
Don't get
got
me
it.
wrong.
Yeah,
Like
now-
I said, the artistic, the creative freedom to be an artist and do all that stuff. Right?
I
is essential.
mean, God bless Zack Snyder. I mean, I can say that, as a human being, because dude, what he went through was tragic. I feel really bad for him that he did not get to finish his vision for what he wanted to do because of that. But it's like you just said, people don't care about that. They just want what they want, and fuck anything that Zack Snyder does in his personal life. Give us your fucking movies. Otherwise, we're just going to rage and just act stupid.
Think about it.
It's
think
dumb.
about it. Think about like the actual equation. The actual equation, right, is, hey, we want to see your movie at all costs.
Right.
Like, fuck what you got going on.
Fuck your personal life.
Fuck your
everything.
personal life.
Like, honestly, it's more toxic of them to be asking to restore the Snyderverse than it is to be not asking for it.
And look, I'll play devil's advocate a little bit, just a little bit. I get it. You don't like the current state of the DCEU, and you don't like some of the newer stuff that's being put out. But here's the fucking thing. Nobody is bolting you to those fucking theater seats and making you watch that shit. Nobody is. If you like the Snyderverse and you like all the stuff that Zack Snyder did, if you want that to be,
That's what I feel like they look like right now.
Probably. But if that is your vision of the DCEU and that's all you want, perfect. You got your movies. Go enjoy those movies for what they are. But it just, once again, it just
But
doesn't
you know
make
what?
any sense.
I love
man.
the Batman.
It's selfishness. Yeah,
I love the Batman, but I also love Ben Affleck's Batman.
Yeah, the Batman's like my 4th favorite movie of the year, dude.
The Batman was done very well, in my opinion. It was borderline, rated R in a sense, if you really think about it, as far as they tried to push it.
Dude,
and
that fucking movie had the Arkham games written all over it. Oh man, like it hurt watching it sometimes. I'm like, man, this is so good. But once again, you got all these people on this side going, oh, that movie's terrible because Ben Affleck's not Batman and Zack Snyder's not directing it. I'm like, can we just appreciate the artistic vision of this movie? No, we can't. Why? Because, the director that you wanted to see direct this thing is not helming it.
Exactly.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. Like,
yeah.
They're so mad about it too that and you know what makes me so aggravated is the fake ass boycotts. We're gonna boycott this movie, and then they're up on their channel the next day, fucking reviewing it. You are such a fucking hypocrite.
I actually fucking dare people to actually do that because you want to know why? They say that, but they never do it. Never.
Back in the 90s, I'm sure they did.
Dude, a boycott used to mean like a
Like-
collective group of people standing up for fucking something they believed in. But now it's a fake ass fucking cop out internet threat.
Right.
And it's nothing more than that.
I don't know, man. Like I said, some of these fan bases, it's not entirely, the Snyder fans too. Like I said, just every fandom these days is
Like,
rabid
Look
to a
at
certain
Geeks and
degree.
Gamers.
Oh my
right?
God.
Look
Yeah.
at Geeks and Gamers. They're like, we're going to boycott all of these woke MCU movies. And then they have a review of that movie up
I know.
the fucking moment they get back from the theater.
I know.
Yep.
So they can continue their woke ass narrative
All because,
or their anti woke narrative. I should say.
I'm sure at some point, this is probably Jeremy's thought process is, well,
You fucking moron! You are a fucking human piece of shit and a disgrace!
That wasn't for you. That was for Geeks and Gamers.
I thought that was for me for a second. I was
No,
like, damn,
no,
Tyler,
no,
you
no.
really think that little of me?
You can't make this shit up.
I feel like I gave you one of these.
Oh, wow. Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me.
But no,
Mm.
like I was saying, someone like Jeremy, I honestly, part of me wants to believe that he is genuine because he seems like a guy that would try and boycott something like Thor: Love and Thunder over something so stupid. But then
Mhm.
again, the moment he says that, he has to kind of retract because if he doesn't go and watch the movie and review it, he's not going to get his paycheck for the
Yeah.
month. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, people who talk shit all the time crack me up, because it's always like, this movie does not have what I'm going to love and this and that or whatever. And they come back the next day after they see it. Man, that was the greatest fucking movie ever.
And believe it or not, I actually thought that Jane Foster, Natalie Portman, was going to be one of the worst parts of the movie.
And
She
was,
turned
like,
out to be
one of the best.
she turned out to be
She
one of the
probably-
best
actually
parts of the movie.
best part of the movie. Because
Right next to Gore. I mean,
I agree.
Yeah.
Valkyrie was so underutilized.
Oh yeah.
Valkyrie's such a badass, and they underutilized her to the third degree. And I was so aggravated about it because
Yeah.
Valkyrie is not to be fucked with. Like,
Oh,
not
no.
to be fucked with.
She's
Gore-
badass.
Gore just takes her down. And I'm like, And like, there needed to be stipulation, right? There needed to be a show of strength by Gore.
Yeah.
But honestly, if they had killed one of the kids,
Yeah.
I
And
think- I think that would have been a good idea.
well, dude, just the villainous nature of Gore too, like his charisma and the insanity that he has. Like
Oh,
I mentioned in my review when I reviewed it, I said that Gore kind of reminds me of Bale's performance from American Psycho.
Yeah,
in
there
a
was a
way.
lot of that. I feel like he dialed in a lot of it from that. The way he spoke and his energy, right? Because
Yeah.
Gore is not actually like that in the comics too much.
No.
He's way darker and shadier.
He's
right?
a lot more hardcore. Yeah.
He's like he's right. Think about the Shadow Realm and like all of his in All Black, the Necrosword, right? Like those, it's all about the shadow, right? Being the shadow, and like his energy that Bale brought to the role was different than the comic book Gore, because Gore in the comics, he's a very, very sinister motherfucker.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
he does not care, right? He's out
No,
for
yeah.
blood. He's out for blood.
Dude,
and he's out for blood.
he created a god bomb that would wipe every god off the face of the multiverse, pretty
Yeah.
much through time and space. If that does not say "fuck you," I'm
And
hardcore.
Gore's
I don't
such a
know what
cool-
does.
Gore is such a cool reoccurring villain because he comes back better each time, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And they closed that door, and I was like, "Are you kidding me?"
Well, I think there's a lot. Well, yeah, there's also a lot of time travel
By
elements
the way,
involved in those stories.
Can we talk about how we did get to see Eternity?
Holy shit!
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah!
By the way, that's
I
one
almost
of the
forgot
most,
about that.
That's one of the most not talked about moments in that film, but we got to see one of the most obscure entities in Marvel Comics, right?
Yeah.
Like rarely under only cosmic circumstances did we get to see a character like that.
Dude,
And we
I can
got-
remember. I can remember watching the movie, and the moment they started talking about him and teasing him, I'm like, "Oh shit, are they really going there?" And
Which
sure enough,
means-
when he showed up, I was like,
Which
"Oh!"
means when we get like the Living Tribunal, it's
that
gonna
would
be
be
off the
so-
chain.
that would
'Cause,
be
like,
great.
You could see him in the
Yeah, he's in Doctor
he was-
Strange.
He was also in this movie.
It was.
Yeah, when they're going down the hallway, his head's on the left.
Yeah.
Well, all
yeah.
3 of his heads are on the left because he has 3 heads. It's like it's one facing forward, one that way, and one that way. So yeah, no, he was in this. At least his statue was.
Yeah,
maybe not him.
because well, didn't have any dialogue, but it was Eternity. That's
Yeah,
the thing.
it was Eternity. Eternity is Eternity, but that's the whole thing. Eternity doesn't speak. Like
No.
none of those things do. They well, unless you're Living Tribunal, there are other circumstances, but Eternity is literally that. It's eternity, right? So it's you're speaking to it, but it's showing, it's telepathically talking back to you, and like
Yep.
only
Right.
you can, so that way only you can hear it. It's that they nailed that part like very
Yeah.
well.
You
Because
should-
I if it was a living being that like because it's not a living, it is a living being, but it lives on a higher conscious level than anyone that
Yeah.
we've seen to date, right? It is
Yeah.
in the upper echelons of Marvel Cinematic Universe, like strongest beings.
Yeah,
right.
like when you're,
Yeah.
when you're talking godlike beings, Eternity is probably like ranked number 5 in in the fucking Marvel
Yeah,
universe.
Exactly. And then what about Hercules?
Oh, that was interesting.
Yeah.
Because
well, here,
but
here-
they were virtually setting up a conflict between Hercules and Thor.
well,
Oh,
it-
yeah.
well, I mean, even just from the trailers, everybody knew Zeus was going to be in the movie, and anyone that's a fan of Marvel Comics and Hercules, well, if you bring Zeus in, you got to introduce Hercules at some point.
Yeah.
So yeah,
But where was he?
right, like where was he during the
Where-
movie?
Where no. Where was he when Thor fucking threw the beat down on him?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, true.
Like that made no sense to me. Like Hercules should have been there, like because they're in the city of the gods, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And that was a council, where they all were there. Where was Hercules?
Maybe he was fighting. Maybe he was off fighting the Demogorgon or
Yeah,
something.
yeah,
I don't
yeah,
fucking
yeah,
know.
yeah. I guess there's so many answers.
But who's the actor? Like, I didn't get a good.
I didn't get a
look
good
at
look.
him.
I forget the guy's name.
Yeah.
Is
didn't
he
get a good
someone
look.
we know, Marcus? Or
I know he's a known actor, but I don't remember his name.
well, I think Marvel has found a formula where they can cast kind of these low level, not very known actors, and it work out in the long run. So
Well, Elizabeth Olsen, I know when she started doing Marvel, she was barely breaking out because she
Right.
had previously done like Godzilla, and then all of a sudden I'm seeing her in a Marvel movie. It was like, oh, okay. But then finding out that the guy who plays her brother in the I think it was like Age of
That has
Ultron,
nothing
yeah.
to do with it. That has nothing to do with it.
I'm just talking about.
It was a
like-
coincidence, but it wasn't weird or anything.
yeah.
They're actors.
Well,
Well,
I'm just saying.
Well, now she's a household name.
Ironically, yes, Elizabeth Olsen was married to that guy.
Evan
what's his name?
Peters.
Evan Peters is the other one.
Oh, sorry.
It was the Kick-Ass. Who played Kick-Ass?
I forget his
That's-
name, but he was this.
It's
Yeah,
him. It's him. He's also now he's now playing
Craven.
Craven the Hunter.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
he's a recycled actor.
Yeah. Okay, but we know who we're talking about.
Yes.
So it was him, and they were Aaron Taylor Johnson.
Aaron. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So Aaron Taylor Johnson and
Elizabeth.
God,
Elizabeth Olsen.
wow, it's been that long. I got UFOs on my head. But don't call me a Tinfoil hat? I don't know.
Nah.
Don't call me a UFO head.
Honestly,
anyone-
Tyler,
is anyone- Is anyone
you,
old enough for Andy Milanakis?
you look like
I
one of those. You look like one of those guys that gets accused of wearing tinfoil hats.
I cannot confirm nor deny. I cannot confirm nor deny. But
shit.
no. So what was I saying?
Elizabeth Olsen.
Oh yeah. So they were married in Godzilla,
Mhm.
and then they went on to play brother and sister in.
Maybe they're just good
Age of
friends.
Ultron.
Maybe they're just good friends IRL. I
No,
don't know.
their relationship in Godzilla.
They were
was-
married.
Yeah, their chemistry in that film
Yeah.
was what because Elizabeth Olsen had already been cast, I believe.
Dude,
and-
Elizabeth Olsen is still my fucking Hollywood crush to this day, man.
Yeah,
Holy
But
shit.
but I think it made it easier for filming actually.
Yeah.
Because they were already working together, and they knew that they needed it was going to be a one and done thing. You know,
Yeah.
he didn't get out. He was in Age of Ultron, but he never made it out of Age of Ultron. Right.
Obviously
So
not.
you know, I think it was good for the studio. They already had good relationships or good chemistry. They could work together. They were good working together. So then Marvel used them. Right. So it was definitely deliberate.
Well, and I hate to steer it back into the realm of the Zack Snyder stuff, but just to kind of cap off the San
The
Diego
banner is
Comic-Con
still
thing.
up.
I know, that's why I'm saying I'm gonna kind of steer it back into that realm. So, I mean, obviously, San Diego Comic-Con's coming up.
Yeah.
I think
Let's
every single one of us can agree that they are not going to restore the Snyderverse. They're not. It's a bad idea. It's a horrible idea, and I feel like it's just kind of an insult to Zack Snyder. You know, so here comes the thing. You know, because you got all these people on the internet building up these unrealistic expectations for Comic-Con. So
Well, let's look at it this way. What have they been doing since Zack Snyder's Justice League debuted? They have been saying at these events. So it's a classic move that Doomcock uses about the whole Kathleen Kennedy thing, right?
Mhm.
Even when her contract was renewed, he still had an excuse, right? And this is the guy that's been saying Kathleen Kennedy will be fired and removed from Lucasfilm he's been saying it for 4 years.
Yeah.
And she not only did she not get fired, but her contract was renewed. And yet he still pushes the goalposts and people believe him because they want to believe him because he's concocted this narrative. It's the same tactic that's being used for the Zack Snyder stuff. There's always another goalpost move. And you know who it's being solicited by? Is people like you, Syl and Mikey Sutton. You guys are the ones that are right now moving the goalposts for money. Listen, I do not care anymore. I have a reputation to uphold, right? But I am done playing nice with people in this community. I'm going to do my own show and I'm going to appear on others. But I am going to say this so clearly. You all, not you guys, you all, the ones I'm talking about, you are grifters.
Oh.
Yeah, don't hate the game. You know, don't hate the player. Don't hate the player, hate the game. But the fucking fact is you are warping people's minds and you are making it hard for the rest of us who just want to enjoy good film, right? Good written movies with like deep characters, right? These characters that I grew up and loved, right? Just because Zack's not making it doesn't mean I can't enjoy it. But you're making it so that I can't, because everywhere I look, there's just so much toxicity. So Syl, Mikey, all you other guys that are concocting this narrative about the Snyderverse being restored at these different events, like the last one, you said you thought the fucking Snyderverse was going to be restored at a goddamn what was it?
Must not have been that important.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't. It was no. It was their oh God, why can't I remember it? It was like their investor thing. And the whole thing was around the CW and TV and HBO Max. It wasn't. It had nothing to do with movies. And they were like, "Yep, the Snyderverse is going to get restored on that day." And I remember doing a bunch of tweets. I'm like, guys, it happens every year. They do this like whole thing about their new projects, what they're investing in, what's being renewed on, these different channels. It's an investor call, but it's geared towards the bottom line, right? Bottom. What's our bottom line, right? And it typically doesn't have to do with movies because the movie studio is separate. So they do a separate one for that. And I was like, this is nonsense. This is nonsense. And Sil peddled that. He peddled it. He peddled it so that people will send him super chats. Like, dude, you are a fucking grifter. And the reason I don't like Sil doing it is because he left Lightcast and the Culture Nerd, who are famous for this whole tactic, by the way. So Sil learned all that he knows from those guys at the Culture Nerd and Lightcast, and then turned it into him and Mikey Sutton doing the same exact thing.
Yeah.
And honestly, I like Mikey, and I like Sil, but I do not have any respect for what they're doing because they've created this echo chamber. Much like they're no different than Doomcock or Geeks and Gamers. They're no different in my mind. That's my opinion.
I was just gonna say,
End rant. Sorry.
It's fine. Just to kind of finish off what I was gonna say, I just can't wait until Comic-Con when they don't unveil that the Snyderverse is being restored, and all these fucking Snyderverse fanboys just start losing their goddamn minds.
Well, it's funny you say that because I don't know. You guys probably have heard about it, but in Black Adam, that Superman will make an appearance, but it's going to be the same way that they did with Shazam, where it's headless. You don't get to see who it is.
And honestly, if they do a headless Superman, I'm going to fucking lose my mind. I swear to God, I will fucking yell in the theater. I am so sick of that.
Honestly, it worked for Shazam as a gag, but if they really want to bring Superman back for a movie like Black Adam, just bring him back.
Yeah.
I mean,
I agree.
Like call up Henry Cavill, give that motherfucker, a quick $1 million or something, and have him show up for what, maybe?
I would call
10
Henry.
minutes?
I'll call Henry and I'll say, I will give you $500,000 to appear in this one shot.
For one shot, yeah, exactly.
That's enough. That is enough. You don't need to go give him a clean mill. 500,000. That's it. And no residuals, no nothing.
I know, like with Peacemaker, you had both the Flash, Ezra, and Jason Momoa, Aquaman, actually show up, but you only have the silhouette of Superman and freaking
that
Wonder
whole
Woman?
thing. No. And that's not. By the way, I hope no one blames James Gunn for that because James had every single character there. And
no, he had the character. I'm talking the actors.
Yeah, but I'm saying it doesn't matter about the actors, right? Because the actors could be, all of them, for the most part, were actually doing other things, right?
Oh,
So
yeah.
they had to have the stand-ins, and that's okay. But okay, cool. We can't have the actual actors. Like, we'll get some sort of silhouette-y, look, and that was okay. But as long as it depicted Ben Affleck's Batman, Ray Fisher's Cyborg, all those characters, as long as they were depicted as that version of that character, with their face, we could see their head, the cut off head thing wouldn't work for me. But if it was like silhouette, as long as all the Justice League's there, I'll take that as the W. But the studio would not let them include Cyborg, Batman, no, a Cyborg, Batman, and
You're trying to remember the other one.
who was the other one?
There wasn't.
Oh, that was it, right? No, the Flash.
Yeah.
The Flash wasn't there. Oh yeah, he
No,
was.
Flash was
Yeah, he
there.
was. Yeah, so it was just Batman and Cyborg weren't there. And that was because the studio said that. But those actors were on set that day in suit. There's footage. There's pictures of them behind the scenes. So they were there that day. They shot all the scenes, but they were taken out by the studio because they didn't want people to assume that Ben Affleck and Ray Fisher were going to continue being those characters.
Oh, because especially with Ray speaking the way he did. Yeah, I get what you're saying.
So don't blame James Gunn for that. James did it the way he should have.
Well, I don't blame him.
Yeah, he
No.
did it the way he should have, but he got fucked over by the studio just said it's in our best interest not to have these two people. Because Ben,
Translation, we just don't like them talking shit.
Yeah. Well, the thing with Ben, because people often say, well, why do they care about Ben Affleck? We already know he's in the Flash. Well, actually, none of the marketing has suggested so. It's actually really hard to find. I mean, he's in the IMDb and shit like that, but they have not said that he's not appeared in any marketing yet. So I think they want it to be a little bit of a surprise for the general audience.
Well, from what I understand, it's supposed to be like a cameo.
No, it's a little bit more than that.
I heard just because of the fallout with the whole Ezra Miller situation, I've heard that, and it's just a rumor. I don't know if it's confirmed or anything, but I've heard someone say that.
Well, we're getting into that.
Well,
Don't get into it yet.
Okay.
Because that's our last topic of the day is the whole Flash thing. Like,
Okay.
not just Elliot Page, but the whole thing.
Okay.
So just to round out the whole Zack Snyder Justice League, like Zack Snyder's Justice League, right? And I don't mean that in the movie sense. I mean that like his hand-picked. Let's look at it right now. Like, let's take it. Let me find a picture.
Mm-hmm.
Hell, I heard rumors about Justin Long being approached to do it.
No, you know what sucks is Barry Keoghan could do it. He looks just like Ezra.
I still say fuck it and just bring in Grant Gustin. He's already a good Flash anyway.
No. You can't. No. You can't do that because then you have to reshoot the whole movie. They want someone who looks like Ezra so that they can do what they did with Army of the Dead.
But Elliot Page looks like Ezra Miller.
That's what I'm saying. Is it doesn't make sense. Honestly, Barry Keoghan is a much better choice.
Yeah. I'm gonna go get some more pizza. I'll be right back.
I'm getting pictures of all of them just so you can see.
Pizza. Damn, I want some pizza. I guess my friend was busy.
Yeah, I guess so, huh? So
because he asked me if I was going to be on, and I said, "Yeah, I'm going to go on." You know.
That's strange. That's all right. I mean, we're having a good time, so.
Oh yeah.
For anyone who's just tuning in or anything like that, we're just I'm pulling up some pictures because we want to go through the whole like Elliot Page, the recasting, potential recasting, what that could look like, and all that. So, so Elliot Page and Ezra, I do not think have similar features.
No.
However, oh God, my Barry is a. Say something.
Well, do you even still like buy movies at all? That's a good question for you.
I don't.
You don't.
I do not. Not right now. I'm gonna get back into it though.
Okay. I was just curious because because there was a topic that one of my fellow YouTubers that I follow and also follows me made a video on how you don't own digital movies. They're codes and they're licensed basically to
Yeah,
that
you don't own
vendor.
that. You don't own that.
What are we?
No.
What are we
No, 'cause-
talking about?
No, because no. No, because you're going down. You're thinking about it the wrong way. Okay, so you own that copy, right? You own that specific copy of whatever, like
I think I know what you're talking about.
whatever movie, right? So
Mhm.
you are the owner of being able to play that, being able to do, but what can't you do even to a Blu-ray? You cannot copy it, you cannot distribute it, you cannot
Yeah,
do all that, right?
you don't own
So-
the distribution rights.
Yeah, but with it goes a step further with digital, because digital is it's becoming more even lawmakers are looking at it now because intellectual property, right? So like
Mhm.
IP, right? Or digital ownership of something. Like you look at NFTs and all that, right?
Yeah.
So you don't basically you don't have the right to insert that put it on your computer, play the movie, and take frames and use it
Yeah.
in your content, and like you can't alter the copy, you can't distribute it the same way if it was just a Blu-ray copy or anything like that. Like
Yeah.
it's not your intellectual property, it's your copy of their product.
Yeah.
No,
Mhm.
does that make sense? It's super hard to explain because intellectual property versus like physical and like being able to hold something in your hand, it's very hard to explain. But basically what they're saying is, listen, we own that digital copy. Like that, what you have in your whatever library, like
Mhm.
the movie, we made it, we own it. You have no right to alter it, fuck with it, use it as your own, like or multiply, copy, and distribute. Right? That's our shit. But
Yeah.
this is yours. You do what you want with it. Like as far as like playing it, showing it to people, like they can't stop you for that. So, welcome, Cole.
Yeah, so sorry, like an hour and a half late. Was
What's
on
up,
another
Cole?
stream.
Please, let's not apologize because no one has apologized at the Pop Culture Corner, guys. So we were talking. We want to take a look at the Justice League. So this is the Justice League, right? This is the Justice League that was assembled in the DC universe to be the core of the universe, right? So this is the Avengers to the DC universe. Let's go down the list. All right, guys. Henry Cavill. Is he still currently, as of right now, Superman?
Yes.
Nope.
No,
Nope.
he is not. Aquaman.
Oh,
Is
you mean
he-
as right now? Yeah. No.
Aquaman is Aquaman as of right now. Aquaman.
Yes.
Is Jason Momoa? Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Is Gal Gadot Wonder Woman?
As of right now, yes.
Yes.
Good. Right now, is Ezra Miller Flash?
Oh,
That's
hell
in
no.
the air. We don't
No.
know.
So they will appear in the Flash movie. That's my intuition about it. I believe that they will go forward with that Ezra Miller
Mhm.
copy. I think they'll find out that doing that, the whole face
Yeah.
swap thing is going to be a little bit too difficult. And I think that,
Mhm.
hopefully in a year.
What do you
this
mean it
will-
works so well with Cavill with the mustache?
Yeah. You know,
So,
honestly,
For the love of God, you
the
did.
guy who's
Cole,
done it the best is Zack Snyder when he changed Chris D'Elia.
You did not need to remind me of that fucking mustache.
Oh yeah, credit where credit is due. He did a good job with Army of the Dead with that aspect.
So-
too bad everything else failed with that film.
Hey, that's what they're gonna announce at Snyder. At San Diego Comic-Con, they're gonna announce that, hey, we're hiring Zack Snyder. Oh, the crowd goes wild. We're hiring him because he's the best at face swapping. Because we need to recast the Flash. we're not actually hiring him to make a movie, but we're hiring him to do this.
We're
dude,
hiring Zack Snyder for the CGI department.
Tyler, do not give them any ideas. If they do that, it would be the greatest troll in cinema
literally
history.
the best troll in the world.
Yes,
So
but then they'll
as of
still
right
think
now-
it's confirmed.
Yeah, as of right now, we are going to put an X on Ezra as not the Flash. So,
Well, are you talking about just at the moment, right now?
no, we're talking about like long term.
Long term. Oh, well then
Right?
I would
not
say
long. No, not long term, but like as of right now, are they 100% solidified as their character? So Henry Cavill's a no, Jason Momoa's yes, Gal Gadot's a yes, because both of them have movies coming out and they are in good standing with the studio. Ezra Miller is not. However,
I
he
would
does
say
have
no with
they have
Miller.
a movie coming out. So Ezra Miller is right now in my book a no. So 2-2 on no, yes. Ben Affleck as Batman. Yes, he may appear in the Flash. I mean, he will appear in the Flash. But long term, no. Ben Affleck is not Batman.
No, they replaced him with the glittering vampire.
Yep. Cyborg. Ray Fisher. Is Ray Fisher Cyborg? No.
No.
So that leaves us with 2 of the 6 Justice League members. Listen, they're gonna scrap this fucking universe.
Yeah.
It's
They
looking
They are.
like
It's already been talked about that they are.
it's looking like and God, oh my God, the day they scrap this universe after Gal's 3rd movie and Jason's 3rd movie,
People are gonna rage.
they
It's
are
gonna be
going to
Armageddon.
fucking rave.
Oh man.
But guys,
The
Ezra,
internet, I'm pretty sure that's the day the internet is like gonna fully like implode and just melt down.
you know what the sad part about this is, guys?
What?
I actually enjoyed Ezra's performance as the Flash.
I think
You
we
did.
all, I did. I think we all did.
I didn't.
Oh really?
I thought he was just cringe. It was like watching Nathan Fielder as the Flash.
At least you're honest.
Okay, I guess I
God.
could see that. However, by the way, what we're about to talk about is straight from Mikey Sutton, so take it with 8,700 grains of salt. But I just wanted to do this out because I think it's funny that, obviously Elliot Page transitioned, did a wonderful, wonderful job incorporating that into Umbrella Academy, by the way. Like
Mhm.
one of the best fucking transitions for a person, right? Like the way that the studio incorporated it into it, and it was like almost beautiful, right? Much respect. And Elliot did a wonderful job as that character this season. I am so happy. However, that is Ezra Miller.
Oh God, ew! Why'd
That
you pick
is
that picture?
because that is Elliot Page, but that's Ezra Miller, and that's Barry Keoghan. Honestly, I think Barry Keoghan would be a better choice.
I'd have to hear him talk in an American accent.
Well, I mean, look at the guy. He and Ezra
What do you
Miller
mean?
could be.
What-
He and
in
Ezra
a-
Miller could be blood brothers.
In Eternals, he had an American accent.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
Barry Keoghan?
Yes, he did. It was mostly American, wasn't it?
No.
It was like some kind of Scottish, if I remember correctly.
It was Irish.
Was
Oh,
it?
okay? Irish.
Yeah.
I think
Oh.
he didn't like killing him with a sacred deer.
The closest we got was him as Joker in the
No.
Batman.
All right. So one more picture because I think this one actually. Wow, this one actually really kind of gets what I want to. Gets what I want across.
Yeah.
But I mean, so what do you guys feel about Barry Keoghan, like his acting abilities and all that?
I mean, he's a good actor.
Oh yeah, he's done some. He's done
So
some
this is him
projects that I
in
really
costume. This is him in costume, right?
enjoyed. Mhm.
Yeah.
And then the Flash. Like I think it's a pretty look at
Yeah.
the jaw lines. Like I think it could work.
Yeah, they both got them.
I
Fucking,
think he could just play a Barry Allen in general, not so much of like the term of trying to find someone who looks like Ezra Miller, but just looks like the character. Like even if they hadn't cast,
No, because recasts happen. I'm talking,
They-
and I'm not talking about for the Flash movie because again, I do not think they'll go that route at the end of the day. But
Mhm.
post Flash, that
Oh, yeah.
character is going to be recast. Regardless what happens with Ezra, with the proceedings and all that, he's done. They are done as the Flash. That's it. It's the nails in the coffin already. There's been too much, right?
Yeah.
The studio can't go backwards any longer because
No.
they have a history of making very, very poor decisions when it comes to these things, right?
Oh yeah.
They tanked a fucking franchise. Ironically, that Ezra Miller's in by releasing Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp was one of the biggest draws to that franchise. Like one of the biggest draws to that franchise, which didn't really have a lot going for it other than being connected to Harry Potter. Once you brought like Colin, when Colin was there, and then at the end that reveal when it was, that was it. But it also gave them the out as well, at the end of it, because then they did the same thing and like they made him change into Mads. Was it Mads Mikkelsen?
Yeah, it was Mads Mikkelsen.
Yeah. So like, they just they went along with that whole thing, right? Like he could shapeshift into different people. So it was honestly a get out of jail free card, to be honest. The fact that they had already done that before, like, and proved that he could do it. So like Grindelwald being able to just, become different people. So,
I mean, those movies are shit anyway, so there's no trying.
But when it was,
Well, the first one's solid.
The first one's solid. The second two are trash.
Mhm.
But because they end the same exact way with Grindelwald getting away somehow. Like you'd think one of them would just fucking shoot the guy. Like they had 100 fucking chances.
Are you saying if Hogwarts was an inner city school, we wouldn't be having these problems?
No, I'm saying if any of those wizards had the dick to fucking pull the trigger on Grindelwald, arguably, before Voldemort, because Voldemort has not come to fruition yet.
No.
Right? So Grindelwald is the biggest bad that there is, right? He's dirty, right? And he's sitting on top of that fucking castle with them, just sitting there watching him, like he's watching this thing fucking basically choose a different leader, and he has all the time in the world to get away. No one thought like turn around and like shoot him or put him in handcuffs. Like you had him dead to rights, and then he just jumps off the building, and now we're off to another eighth movie.
Yeah, instead we have this stupid magical plot MacGuffin thingy break, and then they have their shitty little flashy battle at the end, which doesn't even last that long.
Yeah, and they did it in like some magical realm thing. It was, I don't know.
Oh, did he leg out or?
He might have.
But what do you guys think about the recasting? If is this a smart idea? Is there a chance for Ezra to redeem?
There's no way they can redeem that man. Sorry.
Yeah. I said this before, I'll say it again, even if a lot of this, and especially all the serious stuff against him was like proven false in a court of law, there's still enough just confirmed incidents with him just being all over the place where it's enough where he just needs to be sent to rehab.
Try to use the proper pronouns, just because I'm
sorry, I usually do. It's just,
I don't. As long as you try, that's all I care about.
No. It's just I usually do with all actors. I just don't know his pronoun. Do you know what it is? Sorry.
They, them.
Oh, sorry, they.
He prefers they, them, but he also does go by he, him. It's just the preference is they, them.
Okay, my bad. But I mean, look, even if all the allegations against I don't know. I'm sorry, but we're like all the serious ones. Again, there's enough just small. There's enough things where where they need to send them to
It's okay.
rehab. I'm trying my best.
Okay.
I've never used these pronouns before, but anyway, send them to rehab and recast. And because even if they were also another thing, his image is basically it's going to take a while to actually revive. Even if the majority of like the serious stuff was proven false. So, and plus I just don't think he's. God, I keep failing. Anyway, I don't think they is a
wow! I choked you the fuck up, bro. All right, listen. I'm gonna give you a break. You try again.
Anyway, I don't
try.
think he is
that
good of an actor either. So
no, and listen, that here's a trick. Instead of saying they them, just say Ezra.
Okay.
Just say Ezra, right? So Ezra has a very, very, very sporadic history of drinking too much or smoking too much and becoming very, very erratic, right? This has been proven time and time again with meltdowns on the set of The Flash. Ezra was, basically shutting down production for hours at a time. And when you're making a film of this quality and caliber,
you cannot do that.
People get very, 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 very defensive about their time, right? Because you're on these sets for 12 to 14 hours a day, right? The last thing you need is the star of the film who sets the tone to be having frequent meltdowns about things that have nothing to do with the film.
It's just
right?
it's just a setup for a very miserable and messy production.
Very. And I'm a fan of Ezra Miller in the sense that I am a fan of his work, of their work. I truly am. But that's the problem with society, right? We hold actors, we hold these people who are, by the way, just people. They put their pants on one leg at a time. And honestly, if this trial between Johnny Depp and Amber Heard was anything good, it showed you. The only good thing about it was it showed you that they are no different than anyone else, right?
Yeah.
The money, the fame, honestly, at the end of the day, we're all humans. We're all trying to figure it out one day at a time. None of us know what we're doing. That's the fucking big secret, right? When we're younger, we're like, oh my God, when I become an adult, like you think as a young kid that when you're an adult, you're going to have all the answers, right? One day you'll unlock all the answers to life. But the big joke is that never happens. We're all just faking it until we make it, right?
Oh,
we
God.
all
Cherokee's in the chat.
Yeah. We all have no fucking clue what we're doing.
Love you, baby.
We're just trying to make it to the next moment and the next moment and the next moment. And we're trying to be the best people that we can, right?
Yeah.
This goes for everybody, right? Just be the best person that you can. And I promise you will live a great life. Right? That's the problem with people these days. You want to live on the internet. You want to troll. You want to fight with people about movies. Like, honestly, it's so immature. And it's I've lost so much faith in society because of the social media mentality. Right. So, I hate to end this on a bad note and stuff like this, but honestly, this environment that we've created is what allows people if the things about Ezra are true with the whole cult thing, we are creating environments where these things are possible because and that's the problem, right? Because look at R. Kelly, I hate to bring that up. Listen.
Don't even get me started. Holy shit!
I look at our I hate, like, trust me. Honestly, part of me, most of me thinks Ezra has been a victim of exaggeration in most cases.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I'm just saying, as a journalist and as a
Well,
podcaster
I mean,
who stays neutral, you
I
gotta
mean,
draw the conclusions, right? A star, a big star. Like, people forget Ezra, after Perks of Being a Wallflower, was basically brought up on a pedestal to be the face of a new understanding queer Hollywood, right?
right.
They were about to be a household name. And then Zack Snyder handpicks him, right? Then or I'm sorry, cast in Fantastic Beasts. Then Zack Snyder handpicks him, right?
Oh yeah,
Ezra was about to blow up.
he was on
And
his way
that
to the top.
stardom, yeah, that stardom we see in cases of mental, if there's something wrong mentally, or something is a mental health issue. When these people get to a place like that, they tend to act out. R. Kelly, right? The cult mentality, the things that guy did that are just absolutely heinous. The correlations between the accusations of Ezra and what R. Kelly's been accused of and convicted of, they're very similar in this, without the sexual stuff, right? Just
Right.
that mentality of, I can make you a star. Just, you got to do this for me, right? So I hope it's not true, but we as a society, we need to wake up.
We live in a strange world, man. So even if some of it is true, I mean, there's always that chance, dude. Like I
What the
said,
hell is this?
that is my girl talking
Oh.
about
Yeah.
me. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I saw that and I'm like, oh, hopefully he doesn't put
Oh,
That's
God.
cute. I like that she.
Yeah.
I love her. She's
Hey,
amazing.
hey, that's cute. I actually respect that a
Mhm.
lot. That so-
Well, me and her were talking
is-
earlier,
the
and
thing
I
is,
told.
I haven't been streaming regularly, so I don't have a schedule, right? So, like, I don't announce. I'm trying to get better about this right now, because, like, I've got so much going on that, like, I don't announce streams and plan them, and then when you start going live, like, randomly,
Yeah.
people don't know to show up. So, like, I got to create a schedule. So we could probably try to. I mean, what days are best for you guys?
Oh, there she goes again. Well, the thing is, I love her because she's very patient with me and the things that I do. We actually have a long distance relationship going on. She lived.
No.
Well, it's not that bad. She only lives 2 hours from me. It's not terrible. I can literally jump in my car, get on I-40, and just beeline it down to the coast where she lives. It's not that bad, but
Distance is
well, I only get to go see her about
love.
maybe.
Love is the only thing that can transcend time and space.
Well, I only get to see her about once a month. So when I'm not with her, I've got my screenings, I got the live streams, that I go on. So I do a lot of stuff in my spare time that, I'd like to incorporate her into. But, she's just very supportive of all the stuff I do. And, I can't really see. I just can't
these days.
I just can't see myself with anybody else other than her. She's fucking amazing.
All right. Jesus. God.
Good.
It's turned into I mean, hey, I'm a romantic myself, right? I take my girl on picnics and all that stuff, right? I'm a romantic, man. But I think it's cute. And you got to find that person that makes you want to be a better person each day, right? That
Right.
you don't want someone who just wants you to stay the same, right? And because let's face it, staying the same, it's not a good thing, right?
Dude,
Like, people always get worried. Oh, I don't want this. I don't want her to fucking change who I am. It's like, it's not like that. It's like, you should want someone who makes you want to be a better person each day, makes you want to fucking, get up in the morning and be the best you possible, right? A person who challenges you, a person who keeps you on your toes, makes you laugh.
Right.
Like that's the person. And when you find that person,
She
honestly,
cracks me up.
dude, things change.
Dude, I went through so many fucking bad relationships before I got to her. Like the last one before her was so fucking obsessed with just the idea of me proposing to her. And this was back when I didn't have a car, didn't have a job. I had no way to support me and her. And my argument to her was always, we can do those things in the future, just not now. Because I'm not ready for that shit. But she was like, no, well, problem was she was like 25 and I had just turned 21. So that was my mistake for dating some bitch that was like halfway to 30. So
Hey.
I meant that with no disrespect. I'm just saying.
I'm just saying because I'm 29. So
Are you
what
really
you trying
29?
to say? I'm 29, yeah.
Fuck, man. You don't look like you're 29. What you drinking from that fountain of youth?
I've always been blessed with a good youth.
Yeah.
A good youth.
I mean, I look young as fuck all the time just because I'm like pale as fuck.
Well, if you were to look at me right now without knowing my
I don't grow a beard either, so that doesn't help.
I would guess like 32 maybe.
Damn, really?
Wait, how old are you?
I'm only 23, man.
Oh fuck.
He just said about like turning 21.
Yeah, but I didn't realize how long ago the relation. Okay, you know why I guess that? It's because of your chain and your beard. It seems like every person.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm talking about. I can't grow a beard. So
no, it's just that certain style of beard
just
you have.
Because
in
he
the
has
chain.
a beard, he's 32. The fuck?
Well, no, it's just that style of beard. Every person.
I bet if he shaved that beard, he would look like a baby.
Probably, but I mean, no, it's just like every style of beard on a person like that I've seen. They're all usually in like their mid-30s, so that's why I just guessed it.
If it makes you feel any better, every single guy in my family has a goatee. I swear to God, I kid you not. I'm just following that trend, I guess.
Damn.
But guys, let's talk. We're gonna finish the night off with a little box office.
Yeah, we got sidetracked with relationships.
No, that's okay. This
okay.
Nate dates me. No, sorry, MSK.
My shows, they we often stay on topic, but it's not bad to have. Like I'm more of a Joe Rogan guy. Like I might have an agenda, right? Things that I want to talk about, but like if the conversation goes healthily in different directions, I love that.
Well, now she's in the comments saying that I look like a total fucking baby without the facial hair.
Yeah, see, I guarantee I knew it.
Oh God.
Let's look at the. I'm gonna bring up the box office report because in the room, who has seen Top Gun Maverick?
I have. It's my second favorite movie of the year.
I have not seen it because I did not see the original.
What?
Yeah.
Dude, it's on Prime right now. You can watch this shit for free, son.
I know, but I am not a huge like. All right, I like a little like sci-fi to my shit. Honestly.
Oh God, if I could get it out. I actually bought this. It's funny I bring her up and going to visit her. I actually bought this when I was down there with her recently.
Jesus.
Fuck yeah.
I mean, no, I know like the cultural impact and, like all that kind of stuff about, just like what Top Gun meant to people. And by the way, I've talked to Top Gun pilots, like who, the only true things in Top Gun are that. So the way he laid it out to me, by the way, was hilarious. He goes, yeah, there's I was like, oh, like in Top Gun, like, do they do a good job of, depicting what you actually went through? Because like when you hear Top Gun pilot, you think the movie and you're like, oh, is it anything like that? And he goes, yes, somewhat. And I was like, oh, how so? And he's like, we fly airplanes and we're at Top Gun. He's like, those are the only similarities.
Well, in the newer one,
so-
they use like the technology more realistic of the planes a lot more.
Wait, what?
Somebody got mad at me when I originally reviewed Top Gun Maverick because I was excited when I was talking about the movie, man. I just gotten out of the movie theater. I was on the greatest high after seeing it, and I mentioned that, that is, Tom Cruise flying an FA-18 at fucking Mach 1. And someone was like, actually, he's not flying the jet. He's just sitting in the back. I'm like, shut the fuck up.
I hate those people.
I hate people like that so bad.
Actually,
But he's still flying in a jet
right.
that is going Mach 1.
I know.
Like, not a lot of people can say that they've either done that or not puked
obviously
or passed out.
Everyone remembers Fairly Odd Parents. Anyone that goes, actually, they just remind me of Mr. Crocker immediately.
Oh, yeah.
They look like that guy. Oh my god. Actually, Tom Cruise was not flying the jet. Shut up.
Right.
yeah.
Get your ass out of here.
Yeah, so I swear to God, it's like, and like 95% of the time they post those comments. I hope they realize that the people who said that probably figured it out or before they posted
look who
those
showed
comments
up
themselves.
Hey.
Oh, hey, is that Shark podcast still happening at 9? Yeah, I'm joining that.
Wait, what?
I mean, it's Pat. Well,
yeah, he does a Shark podcast.
All right. We're gonna jump to the box
I would
office
join,
report.
but I got work tomorrow. Anyway.
Yeah, I don't. But hey, I did accept a new job today, so I'm starting August 3rd. So I got the rest of the
Yay.
month off. And honestly, I'm gonna get back to streaming, right? So fuck
Yeah.
it. All right, right back after this. And I do want to talk to you about one thing before we do the box office report.
Okay.
Okay, so today's show is brought to you by Springfield Comic Con. Myself, Pop Culture Corner, and Saggy Melons. I don't even know what you call her channel. Is it just Saggy Melons? I honestly don't know. Toxic Melons, Saggy Melons. It's Saggy. So because Saggy and I live so close to each other, we decided that, we met Ray Fisher together, and she brought me to that convention. So, when I got the opportunity to be invited to Springfield Comic Con as a panelist and a vendor, I decided that, return the favor, bring Saggy along with me. And we're going to have a great time. We're going to be doing lunch and dinner with anyone, from the area that wants to do a meetup. And for anyone who wants to come hang out, maybe even jump in on the podcast, do a little interview for us, that would be great. It's going to be so much fun. Again, we're in booth R5 for Springfield Comic Con, and we will be loud and we'll be proud, and we're going to be Pop Culture Corner. Will have a presence like no other. So it's going to be a good time. And we have so many fun things planned for you, like segments with Brandon Spink, who played young Bruce Wayne in these opening scenes to BVS, who's a good friend of mine, Brandon Spink. He was also in Fear Street. So we'll be doing the segment with him, with Mark Pellegrino from Supernatural, from Lost, 13 Reasons Why, American Rust. I could keep going on, but his name speaks for itself, as well as Ray Porter, voice of Darkseid, and in Sandman, just a magnificent voice actor. So all those things coming from Springfield Comic Con on July 23rd. So get your tickets now, or just wait until I upload the video, which will take me a week because it's going to be a lot of footage. But okay, now we're back. So let's get this motherfucking box office report.
All right.
So I'm actually surprised that Thor: Love and Thunder is above Top Gun, but it is newer. So Let's get this zoomed in a little bit.
I love looking at the box office.
Yeah, me too.
This is a shame.
Oh, Elvis is doing pretty good.
All right, so we have on top Thor, Love and Thunder, smashing Stormbreaker for 144 point what is that? 144.2 million.
Yeah.
Just over this past weekend. So it's gross. That's just a 1 week gross. So Minions is doing pretty well too.
It's a horrible
Surprise.
movie. Doesn't deserve it.
Is it?
It is horrible. I
Yes.
fucking hated it.
Yeah,
Wait,
it's
like
horrible.
this specifically or the franchise?
Both actually.
Yeah.
The franchise is bad now because of this
Yeah.
fucking movie.
Basically every Illumination film besides the first Despicable Me and The Bad Guys are terrible.
Well, no, the bad guys was DreamWorks.
Oh well, yeah, but they basically bought them, didn't they?
No.
Oh, they didn't.
No.
Okay, I thought they did.
No, that was all DreamWorks. I actually like the bad guys.
So
Okay, well,
here we
it's just
have
I thought they bought their rights out and then did their animation for them.
we have a
but
little
whatever.
bit more metrics here for Thor: Love and Thunder. So on Friday, July 8th, brought in a cool 70,000. What is that? 70,000. I can't read for shit right now. What does that say?
What, 69 million?
Yeah, it says 69 million gross.
All right, so a cool 70 million on opening night. That's domestic, right? I believe this is domestic.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, well, it's
So-
per day, so overall it's 178.9 million.
Okay. So as of right now, it would be at what? It doesn't show you the total.
Well, yeah, it's 180 million, I believe, right now.
Oh, right there. Yeah.
As of July 13th.
Right.
One-
There might be
170.
more days, yeah.
There
Yeah,
we
right
go.
there. 187. So right now, worldwide or domestic, I'm not sure yet. I'm not sure if this is domestic. I think it is. But 187.
Well, it is because they reported 300 million first week or something, so I believe so.
Okay, so this is domestic. So 187. That's really really good. So even with the shit that it's been getting, it's still doing very very well. I mean, think about it. Think about it. 236 right now, and it's been out for what, 5? How many? 7 days? 14 days? No, the 8th it came out, right?
Yeah, I believe.
Yeah.
It's only been out for like
Well,
7
actually,
days.
I could tell you.
Yeah.
It's
right
only
now.
been out for a week.
Yeah, came out on the 8th. It says on
Yeah.
my poster.
So it's done virtually. It's done a third of what Top Gun's done in how many weeks? How many days?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's
In like 7 weeks.
yeah. So I mean,
Maverick was
this-
one of the last movies to come out towards the end of May.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it did get $1 billion. So
it's Tom Cruise's first $1 billion film, and it broke the record for Paramount. It's their biggest movie in 110 years of making movies, bigger than Titanic. So that's I mean, it's good to see a post-pandemic movie be able to do something like that, because it just goes to show you that the cinema is not dead.
Yeah.
But the cinema is changing. Look at the movies. Now let's look at the movies that are in theaters and ranked, right? So we have Thor: Love and Thunder. That's a studio film. Minions: The Rise of the Guru. Guru. or whatever
the
fuck
guru, the love
whatever.
guru.
I have no idea what I'm saying with that shit. Universal Pictures, that's a franchise. Top Gun, sequel, it's nostalgic, whatever. Elvis, The Black Phone, and whatever this is, Marcel the Shell. So three.
Oh, that's the
out-
new A24 one.
Yeah, 3 out of the top 8. So that means 5 out of the top 8 are either big budget, high fucking, high highest of caliber studio films. Like those are the movies that theaters want to show because they bring people in rather than indie films. And that's going to be the change. That's the change. People think that the cinema's going to die. No, the cinema's just going to show the big budget films. That's it. And they'll do like the matinees where they might show an indie film or whatever, a special contract with, this studio, A24, whatever it may be. But for the most part, theaters are going to show these big movies. That's it. And streaming will take over as far as everything else.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty soon, I won't get movies like The Northman in theaters anymore. Shame.
Sadly.
Yeah, but I think The Northman might even be one of those movies that would make the cut for theatrical.
Well, I was gonna say because it got absolutely just bombed when it fucking came out.
Yeah,
like,
and that's one of the best movies of the year, I think.
It's my favorite movie of the year, actually.
That's my second favorite.
It's my first favorite. Maverick is second. Third is probably Elvis. Batman is number 4.
I mean, have you seen everything yet?
I have not.
I want to see that so
that's
bad.
Number one. That's number one for me.
Well, sadly, I've heard really good things about it, but since I didn't see it when it made its theatrical run in theaters, I probably won't put it on the list at the end of the year, which is sad because I feel like it should have a spot on there. But I had a screening planned for it, but for whatever reason, they pulled it from my theater and then had it play at a theater that's like 45 minutes away from my house.
That's exactly what happened to me with the recent A24 film, the one Marcel. That's why I haven't seen it yet.
I'm like, oh, I'm not driving 55 minutes to go watch a fucking movie. I'm not doing it. So by the time it came back to the theater that I go to locally, the month was already over. So I just missed it. I was like, I'm reviewing other things now. There's no way I can go back and do this.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, you can always just use the free movie slate and go watch it.
Yeah, well, I don't know. But, I feel like The Northman is possibly one of those movies that might develop a cult following over time. Possibly.
It already has one.
Well, I guess I'm part. I guess I'm part of a cult then.
Hell yeah! Well, yeah, with the cult of Robert Eggers.
Oh God, yeah.
Hell yeah,
dude! It's one of those movies. I've watched it several times ever since I got the Blu-ray. I got it on 4K Blu-ray. Every time I watch it, I find new things to appreciate about it, which is super rare when I watch a movie today.
Yeah, again, there's really only 2 issues I have with it mainly, and that's number one, there were some edits that I wish they didn't do, but I think that was more studio interference. And second, the studio interference, I think they really interfered with aspects of Robert Eggers' work, especially because they had to tone down the craziness probably more than what he wanted for general audiences to advertise it easier. And I think, especially with it being Perfect World, one of the worst companies out there.
I think The Northman, I think it's his first major studio backed film, actually.
Yeah. I mean, he had The Lighthouse, but that was like 10 million budget.
Yeah, he did The Witch too, which I really love. The Witch. I think The Witch is very, very cool.
I mean, I think The Lighthouse is honestly his best one. I don't know if that's like polarizing though, but
I think the reason The Northman flopped like it did is because from the way the trailers made it look, and if you want to call it false advertising, that's fine. But here's the thing. I think the reason it just didn't do so well is because people went into this movie expecting something like Braveheart or Lord of the Rings or something like that. And when they didn't get that, they started going, well, this movie's bad and it's just boring. But here's the thing. This movie didn't need to be bombastic, over the top, filled with action every 5 minutes. What The Northman is just a very simple, straight to the point character story. That's what's great about it. It's the most simple of stories, but it works. It's the traditional revenge tale. And it's great. It works for the world. It works for the setting. And dude, like the entire movie is so tension filled that, as you're watching the movie, you're anticipating that at some point this guy is going to clash with this guy. And that's just part of the journey and the build up. So when you finally get that action sequence at the end, it feels earned and it feels epic. Like, dude, when was the last time you've ever seen two Vikings fight to the death in the middle of a fucking flaming volcano, dude?
Yeah.
I can't recall. It was awesome. I don't know. I just
yeah, I mean, definitely to advertise them was bad, honestly, and then it's just
like,
okay.
and dude, it's such a gorgeous film too. Like, there's not a single shot.
It's so
in the
beautiful.
Movie
It's so
yeah.
pretty.
But honestly, this is
So
why
pretty.
you should try to avoid trailers before seeing stuff, in my opinion.
Yeah, one of my biggest things right now is starting to avoid trailers, except when you run a channel like I do. It's
right.
very hard to.
You know, I've had people in my comment section try to tell me to do trailer reactions. I'm like, I don't want to do trailer
it's not even about
reactions.
the trailer.
I see the trailers after the films.
Yeah, it's not even about the trailer reactions, because to break into that queue is very hard. But
Right.
I do them still, and like some of them do well, some of them don't. So, but it's more or less about being able to talk about speculation from the trailer, right?
Yeah.
So that's the conversations that I like to have. Like, oh, we saw this in the trailer. So,
Yeah.
let's talk about a comic book that we can relate that to and see where we might be going story wise. That's what, in my mind, that's what we're here for.
Well, I mean,
between each movie, we're here so that we can fill in the gaps, right? Not in the sense that like we'll fill in the gaps of like story and stuff like that, but like we're here to entertain people and like talk about things and get them, excited to see the movie, and because we're excited to see the movie, and like we bridge the gap between film to film for the audience, right?
Yeah.
That's our job, right? Because they can't go see Black Adam yet, so they know we're talking about Black Adam, so let's go talk some theories and shit like that. That's what we're here for.
Yeah.
Once you figure that out, then you're good. So,
Yeah, I don't know.
Anyway, I hate to do this. I'm gonna wrap it up.
That's fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, I know. I'm a little bit tired myself. I don't
That's
know
okay.
about you guys, but I do want to say this. Last time I forgot, so this time I won't. Guys, go around. Let us know where they can continue the conversation with you. Post. Most people are gonna watch this on the replay, clearly, because we don't have a solid start time yet. So just make sure you get there. Let them know where to go and find more from you. We'll start with unbiased motherfucking movie nerd.
Well, you guys can find me at the official Unbiased Movie Nerd channel. I post weekly YouTube videos where I basically review all the latest movies releasing. Most recent movie I just saw was Where the Crawdads Sing. That was actually not a bad movie. I'm really looking forward to talking about that. I do have a series that I do every Thursday called Throwback Thursdays. This upcoming week, this episode will be on Twilight. I have a whole fucking video planned out for that. I cannot wait to talk about that movie. But yeah, that channel is the Unbiased Movie Nerd. I'm sure my good friend Tyler will leave a link in the description below. So please go check me out and like, comment, and subscribe if you like what you see.
I actually put it in the chat as of right now.
Okay. And if I stuttered during any of that, sorry.
That's it. I took him out because he said sorry again, and I told him not to say sorry anymore. Just kidding.
I thought you pulled a MSK for a second. I'm like, God damn it.
No. All right, my friend Cole.
Yeah, well, I mean, you can find my social media and channel, I guess, in the description, because you definitely won't be able to find it in the search bar. But yeah, it's just my real name. So yeah, but if you want to usually find me on like more streams, so usually on like MSK streams, Master Sway King Entertainment is his channel. Yeah, but I'm on many channels.
Yeah, both of your YouTubes are posted in the chat.
Okay.
Alrighty,
Yeah.
so
I'll
also
sorry.
What?
Sorry.
Oh.
Oh, he didn't kick me. Come on.
Tyler's
Wow.
like, man, why do you gotta be such a dick about it? Like, I was just joking, man.
So this is right here is unbiased movie nerd, and right here is Cole Turner. Both are in the description below as well, or they will be after the fact. And then, guys, as always, it's been real. It's been fun, and it's been real motherfucking fun. I can't wait to see you guys again. As always, guys, you're the reason that we do this. You're the reason that make this so much fun, is being able to connect with an audience such as yourself who are passionate about similar things, and us being able to connect with each other, regardless of the topic. Some topics might be for you, others might not be, but that's why the shows go 2 hours long, right? Because there's always someone or something for someone. So, guys, make sure to smash that fucking like button. Show some love, show some support, share the show across social media with your friends, your family, your enemies, and maybe even Mephisto if he ever shows up. We don't know, because clearly the writers don't know who he is. Also, you can help support the show by becoming a member and or sending a super chat while we're live. We're going to get into a little bit more of a solid schedule. I know I've been saying that for a long time, but things have been crazy, so I apologize. Again, the show is brought to you by Springfield Comic Con, as we will be there on July 23rd. We hope to see you there, and if we don't, you'll be getting pretty cool video the week after that. So until next time, guys, here's my friend Grace Randolph.
But it was weird.
Oh, wow. Will Smith just smacked the shit out.